Hello everyone and welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday. Today our theme has to do with birds. As you can tell by the image here, we've got our bird Himalayan salt lamp. We've got some birds here. We've got eggs in a little kind of a nest. We've got feathers. We've got birds. And right outside the window that way, there's all kinds of birds. They were out there yesterday. They're out there today. The sun's shining. They're digging through the leaves and the grass, trying to find something to eat. And there were at least 60 birds in the backyard here most of the day yesterday. And it was really, it was just so beautiful. And then yesterday we also had the little bird tracks in the snow outside our front door. So I took that as a sign that we need to call in the birds today. And when we call in the birds, that's very much about spring and rebirth. And think about a bird flying. They're light and they're not carrying any baggage. So our theme today, at least from what I'm feeling, is we need to let go of all that remaining baggage so that we can fly. So I just want you to keep that in mind. Having said that, welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday. If you're new to Pick a Stack, your mission is to think of an idea, issue, or question in your life or in someone else's life or for the whole world. And then select a stack from the picture. So we've got stack number 1, stack number 2, stack number 3. And each stack tells a story. Each stack today contains a crystal, 2 tarot cards from 2 different decks, and 1 oracle card. You are not limited to just 1 stack. You can choose 2 stacks or you can choose all 3. I highly recommend people to listen to the entire reading because you never know. I know when I listen to it, after I'm done recording it, there's something about each stack that resonates with a different aspect of my life. So you just never know what you might hear if you listen to the whole thing. So if you haven't thought of an idea, issue, or question, go ahead and stop the video and come up with something and then restart it. And we'll go from there. All right? So let's start with stack number 1. If you chose stack number 1, your crystal is blue-green obsidian. This type of obsidian is from the Mount St. Helens area of the United States. It can support the throat chakra, aiding communication, creativity, astral travel, and helping to open the aura. It is helpful for enhancing telepathic and psychic abilities, reading tarot, dowsing, or other forms of divination. By clearing the path of communication, this type of obsidian helps one have a stronger connection to their own abilities in order to read a situation. Blue-green obsidian can be used to aid speech therapy, art therapy, and Alzheimer's. And it is also connected to the zodiac sun sign of Aquarius. So, blue-green obsidian. Just so you can tell how blue-green it is, here it is up against white. So your first card is from the Spirit Song Tarot deck, and it is the King of Crystals. Beautiful, majestic tiger. Big cat. The big kahuna, the King of Crystals. In this deck, crystals is equivalent to earth. The King of Crystals, you can even tell by the look on his face, he's wary, but he's not like ready to charge or anything because he's got people that work for him. They're the ones that are going to do all the heavy lifting. But this card is all about commitment. The king has to be committed to his kingdom. Now, when I say his, I'm just talking about the king energy. So if you're female, this applies to you as well. This is not necessarily a man. The king is the one that watches over everything in his kingdom. He is like the CEO. The queen is the one that makes sure things get done. She's like the stage manager. But the king, he's a figurehead. He's the one that people see as representative of the kingdom. But he has to be committed to making his kingdom be proper, be large, be whatever his dreams and goals are for his kingdom. He's the ultimate authority of the kingdom. He has to have a lot of courage to do that, because usually the king can get attacked, whether it's physically or emotionally, mentally, spiritually. He's the leader. He's the figurehead. He's the one that everybody sees. So it's very easy to be attacked. And I keep, it's interesting because every reading I do, the card is not the same. And for this one, what I get is I keep getting the word attacked. So if you feel like you're being attacked, or if you are being attacked, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, just know that the reason you're being attacked is because you are a leader. And it's the ones who don't get it that are attacking you. They're either jealous of your position, of your abilities and skills. They don't understand, like, why are you the king and not me, that kind of thing. But you need to know that you are courageous and you are backed by some very powerful higher beings. So you need to know that you're guided, guarded, and protected. Now, in these times that we're going through right now, there's very much a division of people, like the people that are afraid versus the people that aren't afraid. And the people that aren't afraid are the ones, it seems like, that are being attacked by the people that are afraid. Like, why aren't you afraid? Why aren't you wearing a mask? Why aren't you doing this? Because I'm living in fear and I'm doing this. Why aren't you? So you need to know that you're guided, guarded, and protected. And you just keep believing in your higher beings, in Creator, Spirit, God, Source. And just know that they've got your back. Okay? That's a very powerful card. And I feel like this one was for me as well. Your next card is from the Animals Divine Tarot. Because I had so many birds around, I knew I had to have a lot of animal cards in our reading today. So you've got Animals Divine Tarot. And you get the Seven of Pentacles, which is represented by the giraffe. And this is interesting because Pentacles, again, are earth. So this is earth. This is earth. But I feel like the giraffe is saying, look up. Look at how the giraffe, they could have made this giraffe looking down, or, something with its head down. But this giraffe is up. It isn't eating low branches. It's eating off of high branches. And when I was talking about this card and knowing that you have higher beings guiding, guarding, and protecting you, this is the affirmation of that. Absolutely. This is saying keep looking up. Keep looking up, because all your guides and guardians are up here. And if you look, there's stars in this tree. Those are your pentacles. And so keep looking up, because they're the ones that have your back, front, left, right, top, bottom. And the fact that you have more pentacles, more earth. Stay grounded to the earth, but look up. And one of the things that, I don't want to get too preachy, but we are the bridge between heaven and earth. So we are the giraffe, heaven and earth. our job is to remain grounded to the earth, but to look to the heavens for spiritual connections, for guidance, for protection, for all of our needs being met. If there's something that you're lacking right now because of all that's going on, are you sitting around worrying about it and whining, or are you asking Spirit, Creator, Source for help? Are you asking your angels and archangels that work with the light and your spirit guides that are in the light? Are you asking them for help? That's what we need to be doing. We need to be looking up. Okay. All right. Your third card is from the Sacred Power Reading deck. And it's another affirmation. This says divine consciousness. Now, look at that helping hand coming down from above. This is us asking Source for help. Source, Spirit, God, Creator. And here's that helping hand coming out of Source. Not to mention the fact that there's a rainbow. Let's see what the book says. This is a brand new deck. Didn't even get the book out. All right. What kind of... Interesting. There's no number on the card, but in the book they have numbers. Oh, and this is card number 11. 11 being a very spiritual, metaphysical number. Open your mind to new possibilities. Working with divine consciousness, we can open ourselves to deep thought and meaning that cannot be described in normal language. It is felt and expressed with the heart and higher self. Peace, bliss, divine power, and unlimited expansion awaits you when you consciously connect at this level. Between soul and spirit, it is possible to connect our inner being to divine consciousness. Divine consciousness enables us to open our mind to different states of reality and communication. Right now, you are experiencing an awakening. Congratulations! You are raising your consciousness and are energetically shifting. Your divine blueprint has been activated into a new state of awareness. You may feel oversensitive, but it will soon pass as you adjust to this new vibration. You are now connected to the healing energy of the divine. Miracles can occur now if you keep a positive mindset. There's a prayer that goes with these cards. This one is, I am at one with divine energy. I allow divinity to flow through me and align my unique vibration to the highest form of universal love. That is beautiful. So stay grounded to the earth, but look up to your higher powers. Ask for help. Know that you are guided, guarded, and protected, because here it comes. This is your awakening. And the biggest thing that you can do is just work with acceptance and receive. Beautiful. That is stack number 1. All right, stack number 2. Your crystal is green leopard jasper. This is continuing with our animal theme. Green leopard jasper. It's believed to be associated with vitality and strength, as well as attracting harmonious vibrations to one's existence. Also known as the jaguar stone, it is believed to carry many healing energies and is connected with shamanism. Can help you discover personal animal totems, and it's useful in connecting and communicating with the animal kingdom, both physically and spiritually. So, green leopard jasper. Your first card is from the Spirit Song deck. And you get the Queen of Shells. Isn't that beautiful? The Queen of Shells is a seal. Shells in this deck is equivalent to water. So she's the Queen of Cups, or the Queen of Water. And she's all about, I mean, just look at her. Peace, compassion, forgiveness, love, nurturing. She's emotionally there. She's emotionally stable. Her cup is full. The Queen has been there, done that. This is not the Queen that arrived there by marriage. She's the one that she rose up through the ranks. She's the one that cares about the people. She's nurturing. She wants to make sure everybody has what they need. Whether that's love and hugs, or medicine, or food, or shelter. So whatever your idea, issue, or question, know that either you are the Queen of Water, of Shells, or there's one in your life. And if there's one in your life, you need to appreciate her. If it's you, you need to appreciate you. Okay? Because self-care is part of this. We don't just have to have compassion for others. We have to have compassion for ourselves. Also, the Queen, she doesn't just make sure that people have what they need. She makes sure things get done. Your next card is from the Animals Divine Tarot. And it's the Hermit card. Very amusing in these times of staying at home. A lot of us kind of are the hermit or have become the hermit. But I want you to look at the picture. He's not alone. And a lot of people are putting it out there that, oh, I'm so alone, I'm at home. Are you really alone? First of all, if you have any pets, you're not alone. If you can go outside for a walk in nature, you're not alone. Nature's there. All the birds and the animals are there. If you're in a warmer place than me, then maybe butterflies and insects are there. Plants and trees are there. We are never alone. Now that's just in the physical world. In the higher planes, we've got angels and archangels and spirit guides and ancestors and ascended masters and all these beings that are with us. Yes, and dragons. The dragons just said, hey, what about us? And unicorns and fairies and elves and animal spirit guides. We've got all of those with us. So we are never truly alone. So even though you feel like the hermit, you're not alone. Even if you don't have the internet, you're not alone. Now, if you're afraid to be alone, maybe that means you need to go inside yourself and find out who you really are. Because if you're afraid of being alone, that means you're not comfortable with yourself or with the voices in your own head. And if there's voices in your head that you're not comfortable with, well, you just tell them to go away. And I was serious on that last comment. Ask for help. Ask for help from Mama Nature, from Spirit of Gaia, from Creator, Source, Spirit, from the animal kingdom, from the elementals. Ask for help because you are never alone. Plus, if you look in his hand, he's got the light. He's holding the light. That's very powerful. Are you holding the light? Because we should be holding the light when we're alone and when we're around other people. The light isn't just to show off. The light is for us. And I've said this many times, but when you fill your cup to overflowing, you share what overflows. The same thing applies to the light. We need to share the light. That overflowing light. Share it with others. But we also need to keep some for ourselves. Okay. So you've got the Queen of Cups and the Hermit. You're not alone. Either you're the nurturer and the Queen, or somebody else in your life is, and you need to appreciate them. Your third card is from the Sacred Power Reading deck. And right along with my bird theme, hello, it's Mr. Owl. And we have the phases of the moon over his head and the flower of life right here. And it says Sacred Wisdom. So I'm going to grab the book. Sacred Wisdom is card number 28. That last card, the Hermit card, is card number 9 in the Major Arcana. And now we have 28. So this card is Sacred Wisdom. Owls are deep and intense message bringers. Encouraging you to connect to your inner visionary, the white owl shares wisdom with those who respect traditional processes. Protectors and knowledge keepers, these sage spirit animals offer you guidance and safeguard your spiritual work. Intuitive information and messages alike will always arrive with divine delivery. And no sooner, so don't push. Acknowledging change, the wise owl asks you to think carefully about how you approach life transitions. Look beyond what is physically in front of you. More about your gifts and natural talents will be revealed to you when you remove the expectation of receiving certain results. This is one of the things that people are struggling with right now. We have certain expectations of how we think our life is going to be, how our world is going to be, how our community is going to be, and we need to let go of those expectations. I know you're going to say, oh, it's hard. Well, it's not hard. You just have to do it. If you think it's hard, you're going to make it hard. So start thinking, it's easy to release my expectations of myself, of this other person, of my community, of the world. It's easy to let go of my expectations. Right now, you need to honor yourself. Return to the natural cycles and all that you are. One of the things we need to do is to look at the routines that we have in our lives and intuitively decide, is this routine good for me? Or is it just the same old thing every day and I just do it because it's a routine and it's not really that good for me? You know, do I always reach for that candy bar at 1 o'clock just because it's routine? Do I always sit on the couch at 7 p.m. and watch a movie or TV every night just because that's my routine? So think about your routine. Start living your life every day with intention. And you'll be able to bring in some amazing new things in your life that are actually good for you. The affirmation for this card is, I honor the divine God or goddess within me. I accept and embrace the love and power it offers me now and always. So that is your beautiful Sacred Wisdom card. I would say stack number 2 is very powerful. So that is your stack number 2. All right, stack number 3. Just want to move these over a little bit, keep them in the view there. Stack number 3, the stone is Unakite. And this is kind of a green with a reddish in it. This is a protection stone with gentle but powerful energy. It brings unconditional love of humanity, connection, and reunion. Wow, we really need this right now. It can assist in finding one's animal guide. It can help heal from abandonment and separation issues. And it's good for gardening. Unakite is said to lift your spirits when you're feeling down and helps you to see the beauty in life. It is also used to uncover deception. It can help balance our emotions and help us to see any conditions from the past that may be holding us back. It's a good stone for the heart chakra. It can also help us to see visions in meditation and also to see psychic visions. It's beneficial to the heart, the reproductive organs, convalescing after surgery or an illness, and the growth of skin tissue and hair. So, everything that we're all going through right now, we all need one of these. So if you chose stack number 3, your first card is from the Spirit Song deck. And it is the High Priestess card. Now, interestingly, stack number 2, was it stack number 1 that had the tiger? And now we have this beautiful bobcat lynx. I think lynx. It's got the pointy ears. But it's the High Priestess card. It's card number 2 in the major arcana. So this is a message from the universe. And the High Priestess, just look at the look on her face. She's got it all. The High Priestess is someone who lives with integrity. They have that sacred knowledge. They have that wisdom. They're using their intuition. Yes, we live in the 3D world here, but we need to use our intuition to navigate not just the 3D world, but higher realms, because they're all connected. The 3D world is connected to 4D and 5D and all the other Ds. And we need to use our intuition, which is thinking from the heart. So making a decision, we can ask our spirit guides and guardians. We can dowse with dowsing rods or pendulums or muscle testing. But what we're basically doing is we're being a bridge between heaven and earth, which is what I talked about in stack number 1. The High Priestess works with higher realms, but she's in the 3D world. So she's bridging that gap between 3D and, let's say, 5D. She is the bridge between heaven and earth. So, interestingly, today we have a lot of birds, and birds, they get their food from the ground, from the Mother Earth, and then they build their nest in a tree, and they fly up in the sky. So they bridge the heaven and earth as well. So I think that's our theme for today, is bridging heaven and earth. The High Priestess is using her intuition, even though she lives in the 3D on earth. Okay, so you need to start using your intuition more, but know that you have the ability and the skills to do this. You have the sacred knowledge. People probably come to you and ask you for help. So you're already doing your mission. You're already helping people. But now you just need to know, you need to have the confidence that what you're doing is right. Not just right, but it's correct. Sweet. Your next card is from the Animals Divine Tarot. And you got Mama Kocha, which is the Queen of Cups. Now, interestingly, the Queen of Cups came up in the second stack. So here we have the Queen of Cups again. And this Queen of Cups from the other deck, look, it has birds in it. Even though she's the Queen of Water, there's birds there. But looking at the picture, she's standing there alone. But she's not alone. She's got birds in the sky. She's got fish. She's got starfish. There's little sea creatures. I love the spirals and the swirls in the sand. She's holding her cup. Her cup overfloweth. You can see it's coming down. And the fact that she has her hand over her heart, to me, and she's looking up, she's calling in those higher energies, those higher beings. She's calling in spirit, source, creator. The sun is behind her. The light is coming down on her. So this is very powerful, especially combined with the high priestess. Super powerful. You're not alone. You have so many higher beings with you. Today's reading is making me feel really good. We're not alone. We are bridging heaven and earth. We are rising up. So your third card is from the Sacred Power reading deck. Oh, look at this. It's horses and freedom. Horses represent freedom. If you can think about a horse running through an open meadow, they're so beautiful. The mane and the tail are blowing in the wind, Fabio style. And they're just so free and happy and light. They feel light. Now in the background here, you've got the yin-yang moon. And just look at how both of these horses have the light coming from them. And it's the light in the dark. So, this is all about embracing our shadow side, knowing it's there. We all need to know that we have a shadow side, but that we can control it. This is the ego. The ego that says, look at me, look at me. Except look at which horse is out in front. It's the white one. So freedom, let's see what it says about freedom. This is card number 14. Wild and free, the horse chooses to run in any direction at its own pace. Understand that everything in your life right now is completely within your power to change. Once you cooperate with your soul's request to be free from emotional or physical ties, you become limitless and can run free again. The arrival of the horses brings news of personal journeys and new directions. The white horse brings truth, honor, and integrity, and the dark horse brings the shadow of mystery, pride, and illusions. Bringing both together to create a yin-yang balance allows you to understand what is preventing your freedom. Follow through with your agreements before you make new commitments. You may feel that you are not in control of your life right now. In fact, you are. You can decide at this very moment how to react to the circumstances within your environment. Observe your surroundings and discover what your soul really wants. You already have the power and freedom to choose within you. The question is, what direction do you wish to run? Honor your free will by choosing to acknowledge your desire for a break and a change, even if it is only temporary. The affirmation for this card is, I am moving forward in the direction I choose, bringing me closer to achieving my goals and my divine life purpose. Beautiful. So one of the things that came to me while I was reading that, talking about, control and choosing, is that I'm going to use food as an example. When we eat, are we feeding our hunger, our physical hunger? Are we feeding our mouth because we really like the taste and the consistency and the texture of a certain kind of food? Are we feeding our soul? Are we feeding our addiction? Before you eat, think about what you're actually feeding. Now that's a very powerful thing, because in our society, we eat quickly, we eat conveniently, at least most of us. I don't. And that's not my ego. I don't like convenient food. I would much rather spend 45 minutes in the kitchen and make something that I really, really like than to have convenience foods. And so because I'm spending more time in the kitchen, I think about, okay, what do I really want? And I'm going to use the other night as an example. I just happened to have everything I needed to make spring rolls. So I made homemade spring rolls with shrimp. And it was like heaven on earth for me. And I was feeding my soul, I was feeding my mouth, and I was feeding my hunger. Because I really like the texture of spring rolls. My mouth was happy. My soul was happy because there were a lot of veggies in there. And it made me happy to make it. It made me happy to eat it. So I want you to think about things in your own life that you can do with intention that you don't do with intention now. Whether it's food related or relationships, driving. I mean, do you drive just to drive, or do you really enjoy that drive? Do what you can to enjoy the drive. Do what you can to enjoy that walk. If you're getting exercise, are you doing it because you enjoy it? Are you going for that walk because you love being in nature, or just because you're out there and you've got earbuds in your ears and you're just doing it because? I want you to start thinking about the ways that you can live with intention. And this is what my guides are saying, that the high priestess, she lives with intention. Sorry, the high priestess. The Queen of Cups lives with intention. The light and the shadow side. This is all about intention. Mysteries. Integrity. It all comes together. So this is a very beautiful 3 cards here. And then you've got the Unakite on top of that. I really like this. This is awesome. Stack number 3. So I'm going to set that there. So that is stack number 3. Thank you for joining me. I love you guys. May you all be blessed with love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, abundance, strong immune system, hugs, everything that you could possibly want and desire. May it be yours. Blessings, namaste, and you will see me soon. Thank you for joining me. Love you.